we're the band Camino, and you're watching The Music Enthusiast.
Hi, I'm Sarah from The Music Enthusiast, and today I'm here with the band Camino. How are you guys?
Wonderful. How are you?
Great.
I'm doing great. This is such an honor to interview you guys. Honestly, I love you guys so much.
Well, it's an honor that anyone wants to interview us, so here we go.
First off, could you guys introduce yourselves and what your roles are in the band?
Sure, I'll start. I'm Garrison. I play drums.
I'm Spencer. I sing and play guitar and the keyboard sometimes.
I'm Jeffrey. I do the same things as Spencer. I sing and play guitar and keys, you know, whatever duty calls for. Garrison also plays the bass too. As he left out, he played bass on all the new songs that we are working on. So you can't leave that out.
You're right. I'm sorry. On stage, I play drums.
Yeah, on stage,
behind the
drums.
scenes, I play other things.
Yeah, he plays a lot of things.
Cool. The band name was inspired by the El Camino car. But did you guys go through like other names before the band Camino?
Yes, which we've tried to erase from our memory because they were probably also bad. We were kind of just like, we had like a list of just a bunch of random things that could have been the band name, and we felt like Camino was on the list and we felt like it would look the best on a shirt. So we were like, let's just make the band name Camino. So we tried to make like our social media handles like at the band, or we tried to make them just at Camino, and that was all taken by like a Japanese band. So we made everything at the band Camino. And then people just started calling us the band Camino. And then it turns out the word Camino actually means path in Spanish, which we looked up obviously when we named our band Camino, but it just made more sense because it was the band path, like we're on the band path, like with our lives. So it kind of like spoke itself into existence with, it was a happy accident. And then once people started saying the band Camino, we were like, wow, that's it. That's
definitely it.
Yeah.
Cool.
But there were other names that, you know, were terrible, probably. Or maybe they would be dope. Who knows?
What song of yours would you say is like a good way of saying this is what the band Camino sounds like?
Ooh.
That's a good question.
Thank you.
The one I always think of first is probably What I Want, or possibly I would say What I Want. I'm sure that there are going to be different answers here.
I feel like you need like a few because
It's
there's
so
like,
eclectic.
It's hard to put. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
hard to put it on one.
we're like arena rock meets like some dancey synth pop stuff with like a lot of keyboards. So it's like we have our whole like arena rock sound with like Daphne and What I Want and Haunted and One Last Cigarette that just came out, and then we have the whole like 214 Roses, See Through. I mean that's rock too, but I don't know, like Less Than I Do. We've always said this, we just make music that we would want to listen to, and we listen to so many different things, so it's hard to just be like, here's this one song. But
So
you know,
probably
you gotta-
214 and What I Want, maybe if we had to answer,
maybe Less Than I Do, What I Want,
or Less Than I Do. Yeah,
Oh man.
or No
Yeah, I'm
Me.
gonna
Or no-
piggyback
or
no,
on
No
not
Me if you want to
answers.
cry,
Or Black and White, yeah.
A lot of our music's sad, so maybe just one of the saddest ones, and then you're like, oh,
like okay, that's
that's sad
good.
music, cool.
Amazing.
So question. But
Great question.
Thank you. You guys do a great job of like masking sad lyrics with like an upbeat tune. So like, is that intentional?
Yeah.
100%.
Fool Myself is my favorite one of that. It sounds so like cheeky and kind of happy, but this track is so sad. The lyrics are so sad, but that's intentional. So that
Less Than I Do is the same way.
Yeah, Less Than I Do kind of sounds sad, but it's way sadder than I feel like even 214 is
It's not like
it's
a,
like an anti-love song, or it's I Can't Fall in Love, and it's like, hey.
Amazing. Speaking of your sad songs, One Last Cigarette was just released. From the lyrics, it's like a pretty like, not the happiest song, but like so upbeat, so amazing. So what was the creative process like for that song?
So it was myself, our producer Jordan Schmidt, and another guy that we collaborate with a lot, Jeff Warburton. They had another write that day. This was like 2 days before we went in to cut for the record that we're currently working on. And they got canceled on, and they hit me up and we're just like, hey, like, do you want to just do a last minute write? Like, it was like in the afternoon. It was very like, it was supposed to be very casual. We come in, Jeff Warburton has this kind of like guitar idea, and we were like, yeah, man. And we were all just in such a weird mood that day. Like, I don't know what it was, like somebody just like, we weren't all pissed off, but we were not like, none of us were in like a great mood. So it was just, I think that kind of bled over into the song. But once we kind of felt that felt some momentum with like, I forget who came up with, I started coming up with the I can't thing. Like, we were like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like, well, let's just run with that. And then we're like, well, like, and then Jeff Warburton like went out for a cigarette or something like that. And we're like, I mean, just write a song about cigarettes. So then, yeah, we came in like I said, like 2 days later, and we had already compiled this, like all of us had compiled a huge list of songs that we kind of wanted for the record. And then at the last second, I was like, hey, I wrote this one with the dudes the other day, like, just if you guys like it, because we were so unsure about it. Like, we were burned after the write, and we just didn't know if it was any good or not. So we were just like, I put it in, and everyone was like, oh,
as soon as we heard it, literally the next day, we were like, that's it. It made the record immediately.
Yeah. And like we basically had like a Dropbox full of like tons of songs we were going through and trying to pick what songs we were going to go to the studio for a month, which we did, and cut a bunch of songs for the record. So we're going through all these songs, and we've gone through like probably over half of them and stuff. And Spencer's like, oh, I forgot to put this one in the Dropbox, but like I just wrote this song like basically yesterday. He's like, I don't know if it's like what if you guys are going to be into it, and just like plays this thing out of nowhere, and the demo like sounds amazing, and we're just like, dude, what, like where did this come from? Like, you like, it was so weird to me, because like, yeah, we were all trying to like we all had our lists in our head of like what we're going to put on the record. Oh, we need this, like in my head the record is this set of songs, and Garrison had his like, oh, this is our set of songs, and then our manager was like, oh, did you guys think about this one? He's like throwing an input, and our producer's throwing an input like, oh, I love this one. So it's like all these songs are whizzing by, we're like, what songs? And then Spencer out of nowhere just like pulls this one out of a hat and is like, oh, by the way, here's one more to add to the mix. And we're like, ah. But as soon as we heard it, we're like, this is gonna go so hard live, like this is immediately making the cut.
For sure.
Yeah.
Pretty crazy.
I'm glad that you guys felt that way.
It rocks, dude.
Good job, man.
The first thing I thought while listening to the song, I was like, this song would go so hard live.
Immediately,
It will.
the same thing
It's
I thought.
gonna-
It's gonna happen.
It's going to. I cannot wait.
This is sort of a fun question. If you could describe your music as an animal, which animal would it be?
Oh my
As
God.
an animal. Okay. Oh yeah, this
Willie?
dog right here that's right in front of
Hey,
us.
Willie, come here.
Willie, come here.
Come here, buddy.
Where's an actual puppy?
Hey, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come up here. There you go.
This is William. This is Jeff's dog.
Say hey, bud.
I think
Say hey. There he is.
he says.
He's chilling.
But
I don't know.
truthfully,
I don't know if our music's technically a Labradoodle.
yeah, I wouldn't say Labradoodle. It's a little more like
He's our mascot though.
he would be the cutest one.
Yeah.
I don't know, like
It's really hard. I mean, I feel like what's an animal that's like a
It's
little bit
cute,
a little bit moody, but still positive. And,
Maybe like-
you know,
Maybe like a tiger wearing a tuxedo. But I don't know. He's definitely wearing some clothes, but he's mysterious.
he's
like
definitely wearing some clothes.
I don't know. I've
Or
never
like-
thought about this.
Or like I could see it being like
like
a
a bird.
Like a lizard?
well, what's something that's like it looks like it'd be really aggressive, but it's not, it's like actually
not.
very sweet.
It's actually really sweet.
Or the exact opposite of that.
A groundhog?
Groundhog.
I mean,
Do they look aggressive?
It might.
I
I don't know.
Let's say groundhog.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know if that's true. I don't know if it's accurate.
I was gonna say like a flamingo or something, because they're like, aren't they really mean? But they look like really pretty.
Some type of bird.
That's like the most creative answer I've ever gotten.
Flamingo.
Cool.
Let's go with
But
flamingo.
we're not mean.
We're not
Like,
mean.
we're not that pretty either.
But we're describing our music, not us as people.
Yeah.
It's not me, no. I don't know.
We're gonna have
I
to
think I was
do a
thinking about
Google
it
search
backwards,
and,
like-
and get back to you on that one.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Tentatively a flamingo,
Yeah, we'll email you our
or perhaps
answer.
like a giant grizzly bear with the bow tie.
Yeah.
He's declawed, so we can't hurt anyone.
So
Like a lion. Like a lion, because sometimes it could be sweet and sometimes it could like scratch your face off. But
exactly.
I'm into that.
your recent singles are Roses and One Last Cigarette. I love them both. Could we expect a new project soon?
Absolutely. Yes. Like we've definitely, we haven't been like quiet about the fact that we're making a record, but we don't have a date or like an exact time frame yet, but we're finishing songs as they come and kind of as we get them mixed, and we're going to be rolling out singles until we announce the record. So there's 2 out, and more news coming soon as we kind of finish it all and wrap the whole thing. But we're so stoked. We've been a band for like 5 years and been dreaming about putting out like a massive full-length record since before then. I feel like all of us, like, that's like when you dream about being in a band, you're like, oh, we're gonna put out an album, like, so it's coming, it's happening.
Can't wait.
Yeah, we can't either.
Last question. Our music website focuses on up and coming artists. So do you have any favorites you want to give a shout out to?
Oh,
Ooh, yeah.
a bunch. I've been wearing out Omar Apollo recently, which
So great.
it's pretty fresh. I'm really into acoustic music, like sad stuff. Like Phoebe Bridgers really isn't up and coming anymore because she's like insanely famous. Rustin Kelly is one of my favorite artists. He's like sad acoustic Americana kind of vibes.
Kenny Hoopla is pretty cool. I've been listening to him more recently.
Oh, Dominic Fike.
Yeah.
Listened to him today, like for like 30 minutes, and I was like,
I need to look at my
I haven't really
Spotify.
listened to him
Hold
that much.
Hold on, I'm looking. I'm doing research really quick.
Spencer's like the tastemaker of the band. He tells me what to listen to usually.
No, I mean you've got it on your own now, man.
He's helped
You've
me.
really flew the nest, so to speak.
He taught me everything I know.
A guy named John the Blind I've been listening to
Dude,
recently.
John
I don't
the
think he's
Blind.
becoming
I have
maybe
no
his as like an artist. I think he is, but Arlo Parks is really cool. She's awesome.
Our friends in the band Valley, we took on tour.
I love them.
Valley.
They're like still one of like all their new stuff they've been dropping is like I wear it out. It's awesome. Just feels so good.
Definitely.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, guys. This was so much fun.
Yeah, thanks for having us. Yeah,
Yeah.
thanks for taking the time. It means the world.